we are from team 1, so we are presenting gas or grouse. Can you guys guess what does it mean with gas or grouse?
Can you guys?
It's not grouse, but grouse. So, as we can see in the background, this is the rig, gas well rig actually, and this is deer. That the point is there are some animals that living together with the activities of oil and gas drilling in the area. This is in Wyoming, USA. So gas or grouse? Gas meaning this is the drilling activities, gas well activities in the Pinedale Mesa in Wyoming. And then grouse is the specific bird living in that area. This is like in Indonesia maybe burung puyuh, and this is endangered species. So that's why this has become a high level case also. This is the case overview. This is the location Pinedale Mesa, also called Pinedale Anticline. Anticline because in the geologic features it is located in the top of the structure, so that's why the oil and gas is accumulated at that place. So this is the location in the Wyoming Green River Basin, and then that area also being so when the animals during the winter the animals is passing by this area, so that's why this is also become important to between the environmentalists and the industrialists, because it will disturb the animals' existence and migration activities. This is also famous gateway for hunting, fishing, and then hiking, and then also already surrounded by several drilling wells. Gas at that area, the area is contain 25 TCF. This is very big gas reserve, because as we know that like in Indonesia the biggest one is like Total in Kalimantan, it's only like maybe 2 or 3 TCF. This one is 25. This is big, and then the gas resources is also needed by the government to run the life cycle for the people. And then grouse. This is actually the living animals above at that area. There's elk, mule deer, pronghorn, antelope, and then the highlighted is sage grouse. This is a colorful bird that survive in the scattered pocket in 11 states and extremely sensitive to human activity. This is endangered species, so that this even human activity is disturbing them, and now they are having like drilling activities, so it will threaten the animal. The main actor in this case is the Cuesta. This is the main energy company that doing activities in those areas. This is the main developer gas well in the Pinedale city, and then this is the government represented by Bureau of Land Management. They are the one who giving decision whether the company can doing drilling activities or not, becoming the bridge between the industries and the environmentalists. Well, the environmentalists trying to get rid of the company of doing the drilling activities. What's the advantages and disadvantages of these industries in those areas? The industry is waiting for new supply of natural gas, because it's cleaner than other fossil fuels like coal or oil, and also it reduces the US dependence on foreign energy supply, so they don't need to import oil and gas from outside countries. And then the business effect, this is like what the placebo effect in the area, so that if there's an industry, then it will create jobs, they increase the tax revenue, and then increase the booming the local economy. But the disadvantages to the environment, because it will disturb the habitat of the existing animals in this area, especially the sage grouse. This is the That's why we call it anticline, because the Pinedale is located in here, so the gas is located in this area, and this is the area where the oil and gas located, and then the animals also living above here also. This is the case overview. So it started in 1998 when Questar successfully drilling the first well in Pinedale structure, but then they are unable to extract the gas due to the condition of the reservoir, and in late 90s or 2000, the industry developed a new technology named the fracturing technique to extract the trapped gas into the above surface. But in order to have full-scale drilling, they need to complete the environmental impact statement. Is like AMDAL. This is like AMDAL, and then they have until 2004 they have drilled 76 wells, and then they plan to drill more wells. On the other side, in 2004, they are study Western Association of Fish Wildlife Agencies. I think this is like LSM. That they say they have a study that they say that the sage grouse is endangered. Also supported by U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services, that they will begin the process of studying the sage grouse, that they should be categorized as endangered species. And then the industry is not happy. Questar and other oil and gas companies, they form a coalition partnership for the West, led by Jim Sims. This is the former communication director for President for the Energy Task Force. They are trying to lobby Bush administration to keep grouse off the endangered. So the point is, the environmentalists want to state that sage grouse is endangered, while the industry against of that the statement. This is the example of the fracking drill site. So there's a lot of wells above the surface, while the animals also living together in the surfaces. This is the bird, sage grouse. This is just a sample. I don't know whether it's affected by the drilling or not. And then the drilling operation, they will create a great deal of noise, and then there's movement of trucks, so that it will impact the animal, especially during the winter when they are migrated. And then the Bureau of Land Management require Questar to stop the drilling operation during the winter. In 2004, Questar submit proposal to Bureau of Land Management that they want to invest in directional drilling that allows 16 wells to be drilled from one pad. So this is like new technology that instead of drilling one well in one place, nowadays they can do 16 or more wells drilling from only one side, one pad. That's why the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management, decide to let Questar to drill wells in the single pad through winter, and they doing a study for 5 years until 2010. The preliminary report said that there is no conclusive data to indicate quantifiable adverse effect to deer due to drilling. So they say from the preliminary report there is no effect of the drilling to the animals. That's why Shell and Ultra, this is oil company, also try to test the winter drilling also. And then this Bureau of Management held they do the public meeting, whether they want to test whether the public will approve it, or because they are afraid that if they decide something and then the public will be mad and demonstrate. And in 2008, the people waiting for the decision. This is the example of from one pad. This is the new technology, that directional drilling. From one pad, they can drill a lot of well inside the subsurfaces.
Continue.
Thank you.
Okay, continue from Pak Fajar. So in 2008, government through Bureau of Land Management issued 5 alternative decisions on the request of the drilling companies. There are 5. This one is the chosen one. But this is like an option of the continue or to prohibit winter drilling. Obviously, number one is not a benefit to the drilling companies, oil companies. Continue to prohibit winter drilling and allow no additional wells. And number two is also not, because this is still limited, allow winter drilling and allow 4,399 more wells on a maximum 600 drilling pads, all located within a large core area in the central part of the mesa. And then the third one also allow winter drilling, and prohibit drilling or disturbance of any areas that are crucial winter range for the mule deer and pronghorn antelope. And number five is allow drilling only within the core area and prohibit drilling in the area. This one was the chosen one, allow winter drilling to accommodate the requirement of the oil and gas company, but also there is additional annual payments that has to be made to monitor wildlife and to pay for the cost of mitigating any impacts of wildlife that monitoring is detected. So this is like the cross-subsidized, because the oil company take benefit of the additional wells during the winter, but they also need to pay for the wildlife. This is the illustration of winter migration. This is the pronghorn antelope. And the continue to case overview in 2009, the companies quickly moved into the core areas and began building and drilling and continue through the winter of 2009. And then 2010, Western Ecosystem Technology and Group Monitoring Wildlife of Pioneer Mesa announced that in 2009, mule deer and on the mesa land had declined by 60% compared to the numbers in 2001 and by 28% compared to the numbers in 2008. So it's reducing the endangered species. The Western Ecosystem Technology also found that less than 70% of the adult female mule deer survive in the winter of the mesa compared to annual normal survival rate of 85%. And then in 2010, representative of Shell reacted by, let's see what the result are before we start reacting too much of the environmentalist say. Since the decline has passed the threshold of 15%, aggressive and positive action on the mitigation measure was required. We proceed to problem identification. Gas well drilling activities in Pioneer Mesa treated the existing animals living in the same area, especially the endangered species of sage grouse. Should we keep on running the business considering the environmental impact? There are 6 questions that will be described.
For the first question, is what are the systemic, corporate, and individual issues raised in this case? For the systemic issues, the first is political one, increasing international political bargaining position. And then the second is economy. Actually, the wealth, it brings employment opportunity, tax and royalty revenue to the government, also reducing the need to import energy supplies from abroad. For the environment, it is the negative impact because declining numbers of wildlife species such as sagero, grouse, mule deer, and so on, damage in Pioneer Mesa landscape by ecologically, and then gas is more environment friendly than coal and oil. Basically, this is the constraint because there's a plus and negative side for the environment. And then for the corporate issues, on the operational side, drilling pipe take big space to support drilling rig, and then piping network impact also to wildlife habitat. For the financial, basically high cost for drilling activity in winter months. So actually on winter, the habitat is on the process of breed, and also they kind of more rapuh than on the summer. So basically when they when the company do something in winter, they kind of disturb the habitats. So it will kind of dangerous the species and if they kind of disturb, some kind of species has the possibility to punah. And then for the extinction. And then for the new technology, basically there's a good technology with the big investment that will reduce the impact of the drilling. But basically, if they did that, the cost will not cover the entire season when they do the drilling in the winter. So basically, it's kind of they kind of do the bargain if they do the new technology, which is basically a high cost, but they able to do it in the winter. Kind of pro and cons in that situation. So for the individual issues, based on the negotiation for Questar, Jim Sims suggested 100 scientific studies that will be designed to show that the Sage grouse was not endangered. It's kind of based on their benefit actually. For the blue browser, the VP of Petroleum Association in Wyoming, they keep the species as Pinnacle mesa out of the endangered species list. Basically, based on the research, it's kind of it will in the future will become the endangered species. But if they put it out from the endangered species, they kind of less from the regulation to do the drilling. And then for the residents in Pinadel Mesa, actually welcome gas companies because they bring many benefits like jobs, revenue, and increase local economy. So this is the systemic and polemic issues on that situation. And then how should wildlife species like grouse or deer be valued? By meeting the natural range of the wildlife, so it helps protect the current situation on existing population, not to make it even more worse. And then it also prevent the species from extinction and facilitate them to breed, so not disturbing their normal cycle of life. And then for the balancing the value with economic interest, kind of difficult to value because the species kind of hard to measure with the monetary value. So the company need to not only to maintain but also need to do the corrective action by reserving the environment and providing some efforts in fund and research for the conservation, not on their own benefit, just gain some benefit in and gas reservation.
Yes. So number 3 is whether Questar should continue the drilling operation. The question, the answer is yes, because of the many benefits that the natural gas is much friendly to the environment, and also what Amita said earlier about that it benefited a lot of aspect for the area as well, the citizen, with jobs and also economic in overall. Now regarding the moral obligation, I think they should not stop drilling in Pinadel Mesa because Questar as a company have shown good initiative, that they good corporate moral, that they follow the recommendation from the BLM. They stop drilling in winter, they follow the recommendation, and what's more important is that Questar has taken concrete step to innovate and also do research to enable the drilling process to be much more environmental friendly and also minimize its impact to the environment in overall, so that they can balance between their business objective ambition versus the moral to the environment. So what if anything Questar should do and other company doing differently? I think what we have to look at a balance is the interest of business and also interest of environment at the same time. When Questar, usually business just research and do assessment on what is this potential, what is the business opportunity here, but it also they need to also understand the environmental impact as part of the feasibility study, because at the end of the day, if it's a business decision needs to be made and if it's a value comparison between both, then we can do that. We can also create value and assumption for animals, for resources, because at the end of the day, environment can be valued. I think I learned that lesson from the previous case study on the hutan Hutan PT Semen in the Cimahi, Ciamis City, I think. I don't know, ya case study itu ada tuh. Hutan itu. Intinya forest can be valued. Yeah, the value benefit. And then they should always continue technological innovation. Technology will enable for more efficiency, for more friendly technique of digging and also drilling for the future. This way both in business and environmental can win. And I think Westar has some of the recommendations from DBLM also stated that business should invest partially as part of their profit to help the environment recover, yeah, because the environment find way to heal itself and adapt to the ecosystem or to the changes that they're making. But if we invested money, we can design and help the environment to recover faster.
Then what should we do with these conditions? Let's go back to the alternative. Actually, the first one, there are 4 alternatives. Where is that? This one. There are 4 alternatives. There are five alternatives. There are 5 alternatives. Okay. Involve the public, the environmentalists, and the parties, the oil parties, and also the bureau. Okay, they formulate the alternative. What should they do with it, with the conditions? So let me refresh you. The first one, continue the private sports. That these are the core area for those companies to make drilling, and the other area is prohibited area that they're not supposed to be drilled, and the area is it's like a way for the animal to migrate in the winter. Okay, so based on these 5 alternatives formulated by the public government and environmentalists, we are trying to answer questions number 5. Okay, so we believe that alternative 4, which is allow drilling only within the core area, okay, the core area, and prohibit drilling in that area from the beginning, okay, and we give them, but not 4,399 wells, but fewer 4,399 wells, and then fewer less than 600 pads. Bantalan, yeah. Okay, and limit the total accurate the well. So we believe that by taking this alternative, there are 2 benefits at least. We don't want to bother the breeding process, the migration process during the winter. And the other one, we need to increase the economy because the country needs the local gas rather than import from their country. So that's the answer for question number 5. To answer question number 6, this also will be the closing of our presentation. Will be presented by Fajar. Number 6.
Okay, number 6.
Closing. Yeah.
Should the loss of species produced by the drilling operation of Q-Star be considered problem of pollution or problem of conservation? So they are both pollution and conservation. Pollution, why? Because the operation of the drilling company become the source of pollution. They are occupying and damaging the wildlife habitat, air pollution from the drilling rig, and then water pollution from the sediment. And then conservation, the government do not impose strict rules about the usage of land for endangered wildlife, for the grouse bird, mule deer, pronghorn otters. And then, can the loss of species by pollution as an external cost explain? No, it should be international. It should be international to company cost become social cost.
Yeah.
Oh, internal, sorry. Should be internal to company cost.
Internalize.
Yeah.
Internalize.
Okay.
Alright.
Our closing is in terms of business and environment, we need to find a balance.